Hello and welcome back to Olympus tonight. Let's bring our
lightning bolt. Sorry.
Hello and welcome back to Olympus tonight. Let's bring out our first guest. You know him, you love him. He is the Lord of the skies. Let's hear it for Zeus. Zeus, it's a pleasure to have you here. Please.
It's a pleasure to be here, Jimmy. Thanks for having me.
So tell me, Zeus, how are things back home?
Well, I gotta tell you, Mount Olympus just isn't what it used to be. Ever since the fall of the Greek Empire, us gods and goddesses just don't get worshipped as much as we'd like to.
Oh. Attention. We could all use a little more attention, am I right? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I've got another question for you. It's been raining like cats and dogs outside. Do I have you to thank for that?
Well, even though the Greeks did believe me to be responsible for all natural phenomenon regarding the skies, my specialty really lies in lightning. And I know there has been a lot of lightning here recently, and for that I must apologize. You see, there was a man in New York who had the nerve to call my wife Hera attractive. No man must be allowed to even think of Hera, so I had to punish him with my prized lightning bolt. It's a big city. The rest of the weather was just a side effect, I'm afraid.
Yes. With all due respect, how is the beautiful Hera these days?
She is doing as well as can be expected. Our twins Apollo and Artemis are doing fine as well, as are the rest of my children.
Now, this next question may seem a little personal, but how does Hera feel about the fact that you were the father of so many gods and goddesses and like thousands of mortals, and a man can't even look at Hera, but you can be the man about the town? What does she think about that?
Well, that is a bit personal, Jimmy, but if you must know, Hera isn't too happy with me these days. I've had so many affairs throughout our marriage that her trust has just run out. What can I say? I'm a man, but it is man's behavior that is the exact reason why no man must be allowed to even think of Hera.
Okay, do tell me a little more about these mistresses, though.
Well, how long do you have, Jimmy?
All night.
Let's see. There's Metis, who mothered Athena, my favorite child. Don't tell the other children that. There's Themis, who I was married to before Hera. She's the mother of the Fates, the Hours, and the Nymphs, and they're all doing lovely. There's Leto, who I had a thing with once, but we never had any children. Oh, and Demeter. I sought after her for years, but she resisted me for so long I ultimately gave up trying. Oh, and who could forget the mother of the 9 muses, the lovely Mnemosyne?
Wow, 5 goddesses. Boy, you are certainly a ladies' man, Zeus.
What do you mean by that?
I do apologize. I forgot about that notorious anger streak of yours.
Don't make me use my prized lightning bolt on you, Jimmy.
Ooh.
It was forged by the Cyclops for me. Don't be disrespectful.
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that. I was just being truthful.
Well, I guess I can let it slide if you're being truthful, considering truth, charity, and fairness are all rewarded under the rule of Zeus. But don't let me catch you committing any acts of perjury or cruelty. Those are severely punished in mortals and gods alike.
Oh, I will certainly remember that. So, I think we're all a little curious. How's the rest of the family? How are your brothers?
Well, Poseidon and Hades are doing fine, ruling the domains they were rightfully given, the underworld and the sea. As for Mother, I'm not really sure about her. She isn't too fond of me since I killed my father after he tried to eat me and my 4 siblings. So I wouldn't know about her. I believe I already filled you in on the well-being of my children. Did I mention that my son Hercules has his own movie?
You did not.
It's directed towards children. It has music.
Really?
It's lovely. Oh, and it's funny. You know I love a good joke, Jimmy.
That you do. You are known for your sense of humor, Zeus. Speaking of that, I don't want to brag, but I brought a special joke for you tonight.
Well,
would you like to hear it?
Yes, of course.
Okay. What do Greeks wear on their feet when they exercise? Tennis, Zeus!
Oh, tennis, Zeus. That might be the stupidest joke I've heard in my long, long life, but I will laugh because I am known for being a light-hearted man, Jimmy.
and painfully honest as well. Zeus, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Zeus, everybody, that is our show for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
That was great.
I think that went well. We'll call that good.